You're listening to the smartest guys in marketing, the best show on the planet for client businesses to learn about traffic, funnels, sales, conversions, and marketing coolness. Chris and Taylor are the founders of Traffic and Funnels, a digital marketing consultancy helping you get paid clients from cold traffic daily. Now, here are your hosts, Chris and Taylor.
What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Smartest Guys in Marketing podcast, here with your host, Chris Evans and Little Tay Welch.
Hey, we are back.
Back and better than ever.
This is the first real episode we've done in what, 25 years, 28 years?
At least. And I feel like the last podcast that we recorded, we said the exact same thing.
I know. Well, it's because when you're balling so hard, it's just
when
hard.
you're stacking the cash.
When you're so rich. Dude, Mayweather called me after the fight and was like, dude, I need to borrow some. I was like, cool, bro, come on, swing on by. No big deal. No big deal. No, dude, dude, you know what is cool about this is 1 year ago today, we were out on the West Coast. Remember this?
Yep. Was that 1 year ago today?
That was 1 year ago today. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, out on the West Coast hanging with Jay, did an iPhone giveaway, all that stuff. Yeah, dude.
Wow.
It's good to be back, man. We've been doing
a lot that's happened last year.
I don't know if you want to give a quick update.
Well, both of our stand-up desks broke. Hence, we're both sitting down.
That is the most important update.
I think Taylor just stole his out of the janitor's closet, the one he's using right now. I don't know what's going on over there, but...
No, I emailed them and I said, bring me a desk now. I freaking pay my rent every day. I mean month. Every month.
Oh, yeah. Man, there's a lot that's happened. And just so everybody knows, if you've been wondering, man, where are Chris and Taylor? We've been doing some good stuff. Good stuff for society. Good stuff for the world.
We've been doing some dirty stuff. We've been doing stuff that our moms ought not to know about.
Do you want to get into the details of that, or?
Yeah, we've started a couple new businesses. We've been having events. We just had an event last week. It was really good. And we have just been stabilizing and bulletproofing and kind of getting our operations to a place that can grow and scale. If you don't know, if you're just tuning in, like we got our stuff to about $500,000 a month, and it was really hard to scale past that. And so we kind of have been in Chris has been wearing his lab coat every day, tinkering and messing with new things and new offers. And I think that we're at a place now where we are coming back out of the woods.
The dark night of the soul.
I was going to say the closet, but that people would take that the wrong way. But yeah, dude, it's been a good time. I think everything's really healthy right now, which is probably the main goal that you want to have for your business. People prioritize revenue so much, but they don't prioritize health, which means they make a lot of money, then they capsize and go out of business. You want to be interested in health.
Which was us. Like, we were so concerned with money, and we got to a place that, like, every new level we hit, we realized that there was something missing. And it was actually our own health and how we felt and what was truly important to us. Like, obviously the revenue is important. Great profits are important, for sustainability and longevity. But at the end of the day, if you get to a place where you don't enjoy what you're doing, and if you don't just jump out of the bed ready to go, there's something wrong. And I know for me, I don't know about you, but I got to that place. It was just like a grind, like that just never ended. Not that we're against the grind or, all that. That's not the topic of this conversation. But when you're just like, man, what am I doing? And it's easy when there's so much going on to lose direction and lose sight of the vision and why you got into this, in the first place. Especially when you get to a place you're starting to bring on employees and you have responsibilities and the taxes and, all the stuff that you got to do the day to day. So that was really important, man. Big learning lesson. And just getting good people on our team.
Yeah, I would say it's also about do the people that work with you enjoy what they do as well. It's probably a big deal. Bigger deal than we previously gave credit to.
Yep.
So, you want to jump into what we're talking about today?
Yeah, I think that you should bestow upon us this title.
The title for today's message is...
Turn in your Bible to Song of Solomon, chapter 2.
What is the Levels and devils, y'all.
Levels and devils.
Levels and devils, y'all. I'm putting that there. Levels and devils, y'all. Yeah, it's crazy to me. You know what's really powerful is when you finally learn that the person on level 9 is battling just as hard as the person at level 2. They're just battling different things. And so many times entrepreneurs, we're looking for it to get easier, but in fact, our skills get greater and the challenges get greater, and those two things in tandem create about the same level of battle at each new level. But I thought we could take some time to outline what are the different devils, so to speak, or the different battles that you have to fight to get through the different plateaus in your business. So there's a plateau at 10 grand a month. There's a plateau at 50. There's a plateau at 100. There's a plateau at 300. There's a plateau at $1 million a month. There are all these plateaus that people struggle to get past. And once we get past $1 million consistently, we'll probably tell you that there's a plateau at 2 million or whatever. We'll figure it out for you. That's the beauty of following our work. So I think we could just start at the beginning, work our way up, and go from there.
Yeah, I just want to put like a little footnote here, if that's okay with you.
Oh, it's so good, man.
I think every level requires singular focus of mastery. And once you get that mastery, it really is, if you just picture you're building this amazing house, it's really the foundation. And these are foundational things that once you get these things in place for the level you're at, it's going to give you a strong place to build on to go to the next level without it all crumbling, right? Because we don't want a business that we can do 15 grand this month and 15 grand the next month, and then month 3, it's like, oh crap, major pendulum swings, because you can't build on top of that. So part of our effort here today is to give you some insight into the levels that you need to master, right? To give you the ability and afford you the opportunity to build in a healthy way to the next level, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, 100%. You want to take the first one?
Yeah.
10,000 bones a month. What do I have to do to hit 10,000 bones a month?
You have to be good at sales.
That's it.
Really, because especially when we're talking high ticket, right? That's not many clients. That's like 3.
Or 1.
Yeah. But I'm just thinking, like, when we started out, we were charging $3,000.
Yeah. I think you want me to share my opinion, bro. It's gonna get nasty.
I absolutely think you should share your opinion.
It's gonna get nasty, and I don't mean this negatively, so don't take this the wrong way. But if you can't get to 10 grand a month, you should be so disgusted with yourself as a human that you will go out and do whatever you have to do. Just being real.
That's what I've been waiting for.
This is me being honest. I mean, I'm shocked at the people walking around and like they can't even get to 10 grand a month, and they are messing with their ClickFunnels, and they're like, it is so easy to get past 10 grand a month. And if you've been working at something and you can't get it past 10 grand a month, I'll just be honest, like you should be at the pinnacle of frustrated with yourself and your life, because that is the first and easiest plateau. You don't have the right help. You don't have the right skill sets, which is really just one. You just have to learn how to get people to give you money.
Yeah.
Too strong?
Yeah. And no. I appreciate that contrast, because society, pulls us down into a place of apathy where we accept like 10K. I remember like 10K was like the goal. It was like, oh my God, I could do it.
Was my first goal too.
A month, and it's just, you have to understand your ceiling of potential is way, 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 way beyond that. Right. So I would even push the envelope a little bit and say it's more than that. If you can't get to 20 grand or 30 grand, or maybe 50 grand, like what the hell are you doing, man or woman?
It's like being like, what's your health goals? Oh, I want to be 295 and down to 45% body fat. Whoa, that's like real unhealthy. That's your goal. I think people set low goals thinking that it's going to enable and empower them to hit them, but really what it is you're cheating. You're cheating on the future version of yourself that you could be and should be. That's pretty much it. You got to learn how to sell. Very simple. One skill can take you past 10, 20, 30. Seriously. Learn how to sell.
I have good news. If you've ever been in a place where you've been terrified of sales, you're like, oh, I suck at sales. That does not have to be the case, right? So many people, there's so many misnomers about sales, and people have just yucky feelings about sales. And, it's just like this thing that's weighing them down. And that's why they got into internet marketing, because some guru told them that they didn't have to sell or talk to anybody. They could just stay in their parents' basement on the computer in the dark like a weird creep. But you don't have to. And it can be healthy and good. And it's actually a requirement for your impact and the money that you want to make and that you should make.
Totes me goats, man. Totes me goats on that one.
Toadies magoaties.
You want me to hit the next one?
Yeah.
50,000 per month. I have another dangerous opinion, but I'll share it in a little bit. So just stay on the edge of your seats right now. Don't get wrecked though. 50,000 a month. At some point, you're going to run out of attention. You learn how to sell. You get good at selling. You're pretty much setting yourself up into a position of absolute control that you're going to hit at minimum 10 grand, 20 grand a month, but you're going to run out of attention. The next plateau involves you learning how to go out and generate attention, replenish the attention that you're cashing in via sales. This is a really fancy way of saying you have to master marketing. You have to learn how to actually get people to pay attention to you. Because if you just tap your whole network and you cash them all in and you don't replenish the network, you don't replenish the people who are paying attention to you, then you're going to stay stuck. So you have to get past that to get past 50. Thoughts on that?
And attention meaning people who understand what you sell, what you offer, and that it's a good fit for what they need. And here's a big problem that people make and that keep them stuck in these two levels is they're out there with a plural of messages and offers and things to the market, and the market is confused. They have no idea what the hell you do, right? You assume that just because you have a website and you have a bunch of stuff on there that people know, but you think about it like a battering ram, right? If you have, I don't know if you watch the like old school like Viking shows and these dudes trying to raid the castle, they have like singular pressure to bust down that door.
It's like Gossip Girl, and This Is Us.
Never seen that. Okay, that'll be another podcast episode, emotional manipulation of This Is Us. But you know what I'm saying? Like you have pressure, one singular point of pressure to bust through and get into that castle, raid the castle, and take it over. Like a freaking Viking was like just blood dripping down.
It's focus.
It's focus.
Yeah.
And so you have to have focus of your message and your offer. And that was something that really that cracked the ceiling for us to get to the next level. It's like when we wiped away everything else, because a lot of times we think, oh man, if I offer, I could write copy for someone, I could build their funnel, I could run their traffic, I could cut their lawn. That's opportunity, right? No, it's not. It actually costs you dearly. You get this, then you can focus your marketing, your messaging, really call out the people that should be listening to you, repel the people that you don't want. That's when you can gain a lot of momentum.
Yeah. And I think that until you can get past this plateau, you really don't have a business.
Mm-hmm.
What you have is a very, trying to think of the right word. You have a job that you have to work, and it beats working for someone else, but you still have a job. You don't really own a business. Because until you can go on and generate attention and get past this revenue threshold, you don't have much control over your family's future. You can't make sure that everything's good if something corrects or something changes in the market. So I think, again, I'm not trying to go too mindset heavy, but people's goals are just too low, man. Like if your goal is 20K a month, like I get it, I understand it, but your circle sucks. The people you're around suck. Like you have to fix it because you think that that's good. And that's really not a business. That's kind of a job that you don't actually control.
Yep.
Yikes. Just being real, man.
That's true.
It's like in Gossip Girl.
Is that your favorite show now? You guys are like binging that?
My wife, I want to honor my wife and just let her do the things that fill her up. And so I sit there and watch Gossip Girl, but really I just read on my Kindle. So
there's only so long that you can use that excuse for watching Gossip Girl.
well, we're watching it. We're on our third time now, so she really likes Gossip Girl.
Oh, yeah. So I
Anyways,
think just to categorize these and like wrap these two levels up, it's sales and it's the ability to generate opportunity to make those
yep,
sales.
yep, yep. Next one, take us away.
100,000 buckaroos
Per month.
per month,
Here
not per year.
you're in real business builder territory once you can get to 100K a month. And I, by the way, just a caveat here, the fact that I have to say this is sad, but it's true. We mean actually earning 100K a month, not posting on your Facebook that you're going to hit 100K a month this year, or that you just did something with a client and it's going to take them to 100K. We mean actually doing 100K a month, not saying that you're going to, not alluding that you're going to do it. It's disgusting, man. How many people were like, they allude to the fact that you think that they do 100K a month because of the way they talk about it, but they actually don't. We mean, you got to this is actually getting to 100K a month.
Yeah. Yeah. So this new level creates quite a bit of chaos. Because you have marketing that's going on. You have sales, right? Where you've mastered those two. And so now your problem is operational things, day to day, handling taxes, finances, hiring team, fulfillment. And so you have all this stuff and you're like, this is what happened to us. We got, really good at the first two. And they were like, what the hell do we do now? Because then it's like, big business owner stuff, responsibility. It's not like just two dudes that let's do marketing and can get a credit card from someone.
Yeah.
Employees and dealing with personalities and processes, procedures.
Yep. So what keeps people underneath this level is perfectionism. Perfectionism. If you can't kill your perfectionistic tendencies, then you're not going to be willing to ride the waves and tolerate the chaos that comes with, oh my gosh, I have too many clients now and my fulfillment system's broke and I have to make sure that they're getting results. And at the same time, one of my staff just put in their 2 weeks notice and I don't know how to replace them. And all of this is happening at the same time. What we see is people retreat like hermit crabs back into the safety of low revenue numbers, low chaos, because they can't make it through that valley of shit, I don't know what to do. This is where this level is where it becomes really, really paramount and important that you have somebody who's been through the valley and is on the other side who can slap you around and be like, okay, look, this is what you do. This is what you don't need to do. And one of the guys posted in our group, he just hired a sales team and he's in our elite long-term masterminds. And this was about a month ago. I remember sending him a voice message and he's building a sales team. And I was like, do this at the end so you don't lose the sales. And basically I connected him up with something that cost us about $250,000, not even kidding, to learn. And he messaged and he posted in one of our groups a little bit ago. He was like, Taylor gave me this piece of advice and his closers are closing at 60%. Not him, his closers. So it's like, if you see how the power of someone going through the valley and it's like, we're on the other side and we're like, hey, just so you know, you don't see it yet, but there's a giant freaking devil right here. Here's how to just go around it. Man, how do you put a worth or a price tag on that?
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. And it's amazing how people get to this and they bounce right back to the bottom because they're so unfamiliar with the chaos. They're not comfortable with it. And they just retreat to that cave. They retreat to safety, what's familiar with them. And so each one of these levels is going to require you, with the foresight and understanding that it's going to be uncomfortable and that's normal and that's good. And, you want to normalize that as quick as possible. That makes
100%,
sense?
100%. All right, let's hit the next one, unless you got more to say on that one.
Nope.
So number one, you got to learn to get good at sales. Number two, you got to master marketing. Number three, you really have to be able to manage the chaos and make it through all of that. To get to 300K a month, this is the next plateau. What we see is a lot of times when people can duplicate products, have multiple products, they can get past 300 a month really easily. And so By this, I mean 2 products. So if you're doing 80 grand a month or 30 grand a month and you have 4 products, you're doing it wrong. There's something probably not right with your business model.
Yeah.
We got past 300 plus per month with 2 products.
Yeah. The other thing of that too, if you are pushing out multiple products, is if you actually look at the numbers, with your time spent, your team involved, revenue generated, and actual profit, you probably have 1 or 2 things in your business that are producing the majority of the revenue. And you should just slash and burn the other ones.
Yep. And I think people buck this because it doesn't feel safe to them. But it's we have a major lack of accurate thinking. And so it feels safer to have I have 12 products, bro. I'm so diverse. I'm so safe. And it's like, okay, well, bro, guess what? 2 of your products are making 89% of your revenue and the others are taking 50% of your time. You're an idiot.
They're actually costing you.
Yeah, if you put all your time into the 2 things that are working, you'd be way past where you are now. And so there's this just disease of inaccuracy in how people think, and they don't want to look at their numbers. Dude, we had clients who paid us a lot of money to work with us for 2-3 years at a time who just wouldn't look at their numbers. And it's like, okay, what do you do with that?
You let go and you let God.
Any other things to add at this level?
No.
I
think it's good. That's a good sum up for that one.
All right, here's a big plateau. It's 500K. It took us a while to get to 500K a month. This is $500,000 per month in revenue. What's the secret, bro?
Economics.
All economics, bro. It's not marketing.
You see Taylor's face right now.
It ain't marketing, big boy. It's economics. Because if you tap into what can you spend to acquire a client or a customer, what's the max that you can spend, and then what's the max on the back that you can pull out from that client in a way that is healthy and value driven and solution oriented, not in a scammy pay for my dumbass MLM. But these 2 things, what can you spend in terms of an acquisition cost, and then what can you produce in terms of a ROI from that? Then it's just math. It's just you spend as much as you need to hit the threshold of $500,000 a month.
Yep. It's being able to look at the numbers and then manage that gap.
Yep.
And being okay with it.
Yeah. Which, dude, this is a mental battle, because sometimes, yesterday I got on a call with Awesome. She's like an amazing relationship. She helps married couples with their relationships. She does coaching and consulting, and she's like, I just need to fix my ads. I'm like, why do you need to fix your ads? She's like, well, look at it. It's like, well, we're getting negative comments. And I'm like, okay, well, how much have you spent? $1,000. Okay, how many apps? 17. How many clients? 3. Don't change anything.
Oh my gosh.
We're at a $300 acquisition cost for a $4,000 client. Let's just open up your bank account and spend as much as possible. This is economics. Yep. If you can spend $300 and acquire a $4,000 client, you just ramp that machine up. But it's uncomfortable because we still see it as an expense, and we have to change and mature in how we view the economics of our business, right?
Yeah, case in point, we had an event 2 weeks ago? Last week. And a guy who was there, one of our clients, he actually has a Facebook ads agency, and he has a mindset block to spend money on his own business. This dude spends tons and tons and tons of people's money, gets some great results, but yet he has a mindset block on spending money for his own business to get clients. So, everybody is susceptible to this.
Yep.
And you have to be confident in the numbers, know your numbers. That way you don't make emotional-based decisions like this person that you're talking about right now. Their focus is on something that is entirely inaccurate. They're inflating the importance of that, and it's just not. It's actually probably a good thing because they're getting engagement. People are interacting with their ads, right? It's like all publicity is good publicity. But instead, that could be, if they didn't have that conversation with you,
they would have pulled back.
Yep.
Reminds me of that one episode in Gossip Girl where they're all gossiping about this one person and making emotional decisions.
Oh, I thought you read your Kindle.
I'm just making stuff up at this point. All right, last plateau that we are able to talk about is $1 million a month. And $1 million a month is what we're noticing is it's kind of all of these things combined, and it's a lot of mindset. It's a lot of mindset. It's a lot of culture, and culture is this buzzword that I think a lot of entrepreneurs underrate it and undervalue it until they get burned by it.
Mm-hmm.
And like for us, like culture was just kind of like, who cares about that? Like, let's talk about Facebook pixels instead. But then you get burned by it. And like, dude, the last 6 months, man, we've just been burned by it.
Yeah.
We did not build culture. We just were hiring people just to do jobs, but we weren't actually proactive in building a culture or an environment for our team that was conducive to what we wanted. And so this is what's kept us from consistently eclipsing that $1 million a month. We've gotten close, but I would say it's a big, big, big emphasis on what is the culture you're building for your team internally. And when it comes to your mindset, what are you willing and not willing to give your attention to? Because a $50,000 a month entrepreneur gives their attention to things that $1 million a month entrepreneur will not give their attention to.
That's good. That's real good.
Hit me where it hurts, man.
I was gonna say something, but I'm just holding back. It's hard for us to adopt the correct mindsets and to evolve in our thinking and how we're flexible and all that kind of stuff. And at this level, I think it's about you being able to instill that into your teammates, your employees, people who have come onto the team to replace the things that you do. And that is a major challenge. But when you get to that place, then you can accomplish, like we could go out and we could push and do $1 million a month in revenue, but it wouldn't be healthy. We would be a yo-yo. We would go up and come right back down because the foundation is not there with the next layer deep. And that's our team, right? So now the revenue that we are doing, it's a very healthy revenue. A lot of it happens without myself or without Taylor, which is a real business. I was just in Italy for, a week. I didn't do anything in business, and that's the place you want to get to where it can push on without you because you've transferred your mindset, your culture, how you think about things, how you process things, how you accomplish things to the people that are on your team. And if you can duplicate yourself in that way, and build on top of great, amazing people who are loyal, care about you, care about the clients, care about the process, that's where the sky is the limit.
Yeah. Can I just add one more thing before we wrap up?
Yep.
Is we used to talk about it all the time, but like just the idea of normalization in environment. And our buddies are doing more than $1 million a month. And being around them resets, because what you're saying right now is true. You really look back at it like, dude, I remember when I was just getting started in my career, it was like, I want to retire by 30 and live on the beach and stuff. And it's like, I sometimes tell people that, and it's like, well, we could do that now. Dude, we have enough in the bank and we have a solid enough process, solid enough team that we don't have to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
We could just vacation and travel around. But that would be a dangerous move. That would be a dangerous, short-sighted undercut of our calling and our potential. And I think what keeps us in the right headspace is being around people who their impact is not just triple what ours is, it's 11x, it's 15x what ours is. And it's like we see that and it actually pushes back what's normal for us and gets us into a headspace where we see what's possible. And we didn't talk about it, but probably the biggest danger for you getting to 100K a month is thinking that 50K a month is acceptable. And the biggest danger for you getting to 500K a month is getting to 120 and thinking that that's okay. It's not worth the headache to get past it. And so who you roll with, who you talk with, who you hang with, who you pay attention to is of the utmost importance because it actually defines what is good or bad for you. And that's a tool that you have at your disposal.
Yeah. I think it's ever expanding and increasing your belief system. What you believe is possible. It's funny, like we were at dinner last night with the family, and you weren't. I don't know what you were doing, but
I was playing at my church, being a good Christian.
does that make a good Christian?
I was serving the Lord with gladness.
Anyways, Jaden, my 9-year-old, asked if I had a retirement account. Like this topic of conversation came up about me having a retirement account. And, because that's the mindset that people have is like, oh, I'm building, like I'm working years and years and years and building for when I finally turn 7 years old and I can take some time off, as opposed to ever expanding, ever growing. And I told him, like, I don't ever plan to retire. And my philosophies on this are a lot different than most of the world because, every new level requires personal growth from me. And yeah, of course I have a lot of money and do things smart and all that kind of stuff. But just remembering that, really I think sets kind of what we're talking about environment, the people that you're with, really in the proper light. It's like the mindset you should have is, no, this new level requires something different of me. It's a new problem. It's a new thing I have to figure out, which means that I'm going to adapt to that. I'm going to normalize that. And I will be a better person on the other side of that. So if you ever want to stop being a better person, don't go from 10 grand a month to 50 grand a month, or 50 to 100, or 100 to 300, whatever. You want to stop growing as a person, stop growing your revenue.
That's a wrap. Guys, check out the memos. They're getting good. Monthlymemos.com or trafficandfunnels.com/memos. We got a lot of goodies to show you. So stay tuned. Adios.